What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Thraga. I got a video. I want to do this video on the injustice in the criminal justice system. First off, I want to say, it's the holiday season. Everybody's celebrating time with their families. It's beautiful. I don't want to really be a Grinch, or Ebenezer Scrooge or whatever, but I feel like, if people truly felt, I wish people would do this more. I'll just say, I don't like that people only take select times to enjoy their family or decide, when it's time to be thankful or grateful or love their families or spend time with their families. I feel like we should put forth this much effort every day to be happy and make others happy, But happy holidays, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you choose to believe or not believe, I hope you find a way to be festive and happy with all of this good cheer going around, Now that that's out the way, check it out. The injustice in the criminal justice system is very, very real. There's nothing fake about it. Sometimes it's not about right or wrong. It's not about justice at all. Sometimes it's about winning. They only care about winning. They look for those tally marks and they literally count up wins and losses. When you go to like look for a lawyer, go check it out. They count their wins and losses. These are wins and losses. These cases, these are like games to them. They playing this shit out, man. I'm not joking. I'm not just saying this. I myself have I have been a part of the criminal justice system, not a part of it, but I have went through trial. Okay. I went through a trial. I was charged with a very serious crime. They offered me, I think, a year, 6 months with some time served, 6 months, 3 months time served, something like that, or a year with 6 months time served, something like that. And I turned it down. And with my record, they were absolutely expecting me to take it. And the judge heard me turn it down and stopped. It was like, hey, do you understand what you facing? You understand how much time? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm like 28 to 43 years. That was my guidelines. She was like, you understand this agreement? I'm like, yeah. She's like, it ain't getting no better than this. I'm like, I understand, but judge. She was like, well, you got a right to trial. If you want to go to trial, you can go to trial. She said, but if you go to trial, you waste the court's time like this, you go to trial, you lose in my courtroom, I guarantee you're going to do every day of 43 years in prison. I said, I understand, Your Honor. I said, I'm innocent, and I don't care if they offer me 1 day time served. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. I didn't do this. I'm not taking it. I don't care. I'll rot in a jail cell. I'm not taking this. Not 1 day time served. And I went to trial, and I was found not guilty. And I was not guilty. So I won't 100%. And I'm not just saying, well, am I just saying that because I won? I really was not guilty. People really came and testified. The police even came and testified and tried to get me cooked. The jury actually they saw through it. They even, talked to them at the end. I was even allowed to talk to a couple of them at the end, and one or two. And they had a couple stand up and they spoke, and it was like, how did you come to this? And they were speaking on the situation, and it was like, yeah, it was clearly a vendetta. It was like, yeah, it was like they saw through it. So I won't say that it's 100% shot, but I will say that I don't believe that they handle Like when there's a miscarriage of justice, it's not handled, it's not addressed. Like they overlook it. It's like man, I've seen some crazy shit. I'll give you a couple examples, man. I'm already 5 minutes in. Look, I seen a guy. This is absolute. Look, I seen a guy who a man approached them. It was an undercover. He approached this guy and his friend about a potential robbery. There was a dope house, and he was like putting them up on the what was up in the dope house. It was supposed to be like 50 keys of heroin or something in the dope house. So he was like, man, you gonna need a couple more homies to go do it. So they went and got a couple of their homies. It was like 4 of them in the ride, and they strapped up. And when they pulled up to go do, this was, they talked over a couple of days or whatever. And when they pulled up to go do this, one of the dudes seen my man outside the car like, who is dog? Like, man, I never seen this motherfucker there. Hell no. Hold on, man. We grew up in this neighborhood. We don't know nothing about that motherfucker. Ain't nothing in that house, man. And who the fuck is this dude, man? I'm out of here, man. This shit ain't right. Man, dog, I don't know what's up with this. This shit don't feel right. I ain't fucking with it. So his brother was also in the car. So he was like, hey, I want to do it, but if my brother don't go, I'm not going. So they was like, oh, then there's only 2 of us left. Hey, bro, we got to figure this out another time. Dog like, no, y'all too cool. Damn, but you just said we needed 4 or 5. How is it cool now to just go? No, man, we just going to call you, bro. Something ain't right. We just going to call you. They go to back up and leave. Man, they get them. A conspiracy with intent to distribute 50 kilos of heroin. 50 kilos of heroin never even existed. It was never possible for them to possess 50 kilos of heroin. There's federal judges right now that are in trouble. This is happening. They call this a reverse sting. People don't know about this. It's called a reverse sting. Look it up. They're doing it right now in the black communities. They're doing it right now. They might ban this fucking video for this. Matter of fact, they're doing this right now in the black communities. There's judges in trouble right now because they are refusing. They have passed this as law, like it's okay to do. But they're like, so judges have like gotten together, like they're speaking out against this. They're like, man, y'all targeting poor black people, poor Spanish people, like poor people in the urban communities, like y'all targeting them. Y'all presenting them with mega million opportunities that they could just get rich quick, like in an instant. And you're like dangling, however, you could say any number. And then they get punished for that number. If they say 100 keys, man, there's people right now, they said 100 keys and they got conspiracy to possess and distribute 100 kilos. Them dudes, I think it's 50. And other people in there for 20, 50, 100, 200, and they getting sentenced according to the guidelines of that number. And they're like, but that number, that amount of drugs that never even existed is literally just a number you said out your mouth. But they've passed this law, said it is legal, and there are judges that are refusing. They say, I'm not sending nobody to prison for this shit. No. And they're getting in trouble for it right now, and they don't care. They're standing by it. Of course, some are, just going along with it. That's one. That's happening. It's called a reverse sting. They're looking. I had a cellie he was in there for that. I sat and read the shit like, bro, this is the epitome of entrapment. This is exactly what entrapment means. Like, this is entrapment. But they're not calling it entrapment. They're calling it a reverse sting, which, if you read it, it's entrapment. But they're getting away with it. They're getting away with it. It's people in prison right now for the shit. Right now for it. Lots of them. That's one. Two, let's see. I know a guy. He was in trouble for arson. He was burning up houses, right? Allegedly. Right? They caught him in the house, flaming it, right? He done made so much money, like 75 million. It like was his cut, right? When they catch him in the crib, they like, he must be one of the runners or one of the like dummies that they just question him and let him go. Cause they knew that they didn't catch the guy, because there's no way this big boss dude is going, but he was the one that knew how to flame him to make it look like, and that was his sauce. So he used to go in and do it himself, right? So anyway, well, allegedly, right? So they catch dog in the house, blah, blah, blah. They go lock everybody else up, and they all snitch on him. So they go back and find him somehow. They lock him up. He was like kind of blabbing in the beginning, and that's how the mother motherfuckers got rounded up. Now they all point fingers at him. So they lock him up. He ain't saying shit now. They want some type of information. They go lock his wife up to testify against him, because everybody else, like, their information was limited. Like, he didn't let them know all the incidents. They only knew the info about what they did. They didn't know how everything worked. He kept it like that, right? So they was telling, but they can only tell so much. They needed to link it all together. So they go and get his wife, lock her up, try to get her to testify. She won't testify. You know about the rules where you can't make the wife testify. Feds don't give a fuck about that rule. Fuck that rule. They're like, man, we want this motherfucker. He's going down. They get the wife. Wife won't talk. They hold her. You know what they do? They went and took the kids and had them, like, took them in the custody. Like, had them somewhere, like, in a juvie or a home or whatever. Wouldn't tell the parents where they were and wouldn't release them to the family. You want to know where your motherfucking kids is at? Testify against him. We got all day. We can wait as long as you can wait. 3 years. 3 years. 3 motherfucking years. You see these big fat ass fingers? 3 years. 3 years they waited. Got it all on news. What type of mother is this? Any real mother would have been folded on that piece of shit dude. Fuck him. Right? That's what they saying about it. Man, he asked the marshals, man, put me in the room with my wife. They put him in the interrogation room and brought his wife in there and left out the room and let him convince her to testify against him, and she did. They let her go, like, the next day or two. Let her go. Gave her kids back. That's all you had to do, bitch. That's all you had to do. They don't give a fuck. Rules, man, they do whatever the fuck they want to do. They do whatever the fuck they want to do. Man, I got stories you wouldn't believe. I know a guy got a page, old school obviously, got a page from his baby mama, came to her house. She paged him 911. Said for y'all don't know what a page is, that's like a text, whatever. But said she never paged him 911. So he go to the payphone, call her, what's up? She crying. He can't even make out what she's saying. He shoot to her crib. Said when he walk in, her dad is sitting on the couch. He said sitting there with just a blank stare, staring straight. She in the back hollering, baby hollering. He go in the back, baby covered in blood. All over the mid and torso, all over, just covered in blood. He like, what the fuck happened? Baby screaming, hollering, bloody murder. She like, he won't say nothing. He just sitting there. He won't say nothing. He like, man, what the fuck you mean he won't, who, him? Like your dad? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, yeah, he just sitting there. He won't say nothing. He go back out. He go up the hallway. He like, hey, dog, what the fuck, what happened, bro? Like, Can you tell me what happened? As soon as he come around the corner, dog fire. Bow, 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 bow. He jumped back behind the wall. Dude shooting, and you can hit. He coming closer, shooting. Bow, bow. Dog pull out his hammer, reach around, fire 2 shots. He ain't even look around. He reached around the corner, fire. Bow, bow. Dude dropped. He look around the corner. Dude on the ground, slumped. He immediately called 911. Yeah, I tell him what happened. Whoop, whoop. I just shot this dude. He shooting at me. I don't even know what happened. I just got here. My baby covered in blood. I'm not even sure what happened. I tell you, the dad had raped or molested the infant child, 2 years old, I think. And the baby mama, he was babysitting the baby, raped the baby bleeding like a motherfucker. The baby mama come home, called Page dog call, he come. He like, what the fuck? Come up the hall. He don't even know. He trying to figure out why the baby crying and bleeding. He like, bro, what happened? Like, what? Can you tell me what happened? What the fuck is going on? He's probably so fucking confused. As soon as he come around the wall, dog fire, bow, 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 bow. He jumped back, bop, bop, dude dropped. Man, long story short, because this video long as fuck, I'm gonna have to split it. They gave him life in prison. At his sentencing, the judge said, "This is the hardest case I've ever had to sit in my entire career. Because if I were you, I would have done the same exact thing. However, in the state of Michigan, you have been found guilty by a jury of first-degree premeditated murder, and there is no other sentence available but mandatory life in prison without the possibility of parole." They gave him first-degree murder because they said he had a gun, and when he called and he heard the crying, they said he went and got a gun. He said, "No, I carry a gun. I just happened to, I didn't go there to kill him." They didn't believe him. Nah, we don't think people, what you carrying a gun for? You ain't no cop. You ain't no security guard. What you carrying a gun for? Nope, we think when you called and heard the crying, you went and got a gun and went there with intention to kill. First degree, premeditated murder, life in prison. They don't give a fuck. He's in that motherfucker right now. Been in there since shit, when motherfuckers was still using pagers. He's still in there. It's my dog Duck. Dafius Barron. True story. Dafius Barron. Look him up. It's my dog. He'll tell you the same thing. I could go on and on and on and on and on. I could do an 18-hour video. I'll tell you, my next video, I'm gonna tell you about some shit. I done been a victim of injustice. Judge looked me in my face, told me. Judge looked me in my face and told me, "You're not gonna win in the trial in my courtroom." He was going over one of my motions and said, you know, maybe I'm not, he said, I feel like this. He didn't go off of the law. He said, "I feel like this, and maybe I'm the only one that feels like this." That's what he said. Nothing legal. Denied one of my motions strictly off feelings. Nothing to do with the law. Denied a motion. I got charged with a gun as a firearm that wasn't even considered a firearm by law, under federal law. And I was convicted for possessing a firearm that was not even a firearm under federal law. And he told me, "You ain't winning no trial in my courtroom. You're not gonna win a trial in my courtroom." Not my courtroom. My lawyer told me, "You're right, you're gonna win, but you're gonna have to win in 7 more years on appeal because he's gonna find you guilty." Get real, man. Criminal justice system can work, but it can be fucked up sometimes, man. Like, comment, subscribe.